Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru,
Sorat Mahalla Pehla Tetuki. This Hukamnama is by Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj in Rag Sorat. This Tintuki means that every line, every tuk has got three parts. Aasaa, mansaa, bandhnee, karam, dharam, bandhkaaree, paap pun jag jaya pai, bhance naam visari, eho maya jag mohani pai, karam sabhe vekari. So Maharaj says, look, hope and desire, they're traps as well. Every time we have some kind of hope, we're setting ourselves for some kind of fall. It's very deep philosophy. You can think of it reflecting in Buddhism, that Maharaj is telling us all the time that we should be getting rid of our desires. Because when we have an expectation, if that's not met, then we get unhappy. So that's where disappointment comes from. So even psychologically they tell you to reduce your desires actually leads to a happier kind of life. Maharaj is saying the happiness, part of this entrapment is that we have aasaa and we have mansaa, hope and desire. And also, other things that we do, karam, dharam, bandhkaaree. So karam here is not really reflecting good karma. Over here karam is used as rituals. Because karam kand is a whole science in Hinduism about how to earn good karma. And it tends to be like going to, say, a holy place, or doing a certain thing on a Tuesday, or doing something for your husband. These are all forms of karma, to earn karma. Maharaj is saying those things are also karam and dharam. Here dharam isn't reflecting religious or religion, but actually reflects religious karam, i.e. rituals, religious rituals. So Maharaj is saying these things are also traps. Because Maharaj says, paap pun jag jaya pai. We've come into this world because of our paap pun, our previous actions. Not because of religious rituals. And Gurbani tells us, and Bhai Gurdwara tells us, that actually desires are the reason that we are reborn. All of us didn't get mukti in our previous life, unless we're already jivan mukt, and there might be some people off that level. Now, what Maharaj is telling us that because of our previous desires, we were born. We could have missed out being born, God said Sachkhand, but we didn't, because we had previous desires. So Bhashna or Vashna, this word is used for desires. This comes from the same thing you see, aasaa, mansaa. This desire thing is what's keeping us trapped in this life. And what's the key thing? Bhance naam visari. Why? Because we forget in the name, our life is ruined. So we've got this human life, a very important human life, but we will ruin it if we forget the name of Vaheguru. And Maharaj explains that further, ki ehe maya jag mohini pai, karam sabhe vekari. This maya will trap you. Even rituals, even religion will make you forget God. Is Guru is saying, even you can spend your whole time going through religion and you've forgotten to say Vaheguru's name. You're too busy looking at what I should be doing next. You forgot to say Vaheguru. So the name itself is so important, but unfortunately the maya is so clever, it can make you think you're doing the right thing, it can make you think you're being religious, we can forget to say Vaheguru's name. So Maharaj says now, Sun Pandit Karmakari. Karmakari meaning that somebody who's involved only in rituals. Oh Pandit, listen, we're also those people. Maharaj is not talking just to the Pandits, Maharaj is talking to us as well. We can be trapped in rituals. Maharaj says, Jit karam sukh oopjai pai, so atam tat bichari. If you want sukh, Guru Sahib tells us, the only thing that produces sukh, the only karam that will produce sukh, for Maharaj tells us, atam tat bichari. That if we bichar, if we contemplate what is our atma all about, what is our soul, this word is very important, atma, what is our soul actually here for, our purpose in life, this is a first step towards peace. And when we talked about last time in Japji Sahib, that in the 32nd body, Guru Sahib talks about ki ik du jibo lakh ho hai, lakh ho ve lakh vis. And we talked about that this is a way of explaining what is the right desire, shubh ichha. Because the right desire is to say, ek du jibo lakh ho ve lakh vis, lakh lakh gera akhiye, ek naam jagdish. That we want to say God's name. So in the first book, Guru Sahib explained to us that we should be wanting to say God's name. That's the highest form of desire. Once we've gone past that, Maharaj says, then we start to do vichar of our tat, our essence. And that's what we talked about, that the second step is shubh vichar. The highest form of vichar, which comes in 33rd body, is that I have no jor. Akh na jor, chpeh na jor, jor na mangan, de na jor. You surrender to that greater power, which is Vaheguru. So now Maharaj is telling us that the best thing for us to do is to do vichar of our tat. And then Guru Sahib says, Sast bed bake khado pai, karam karo sansari. Says you might stand up. Bako means to bakna, to speak out. You may stand up in loads of places, do loads and loads of part, Shastras and Vedas. You might have loads of stuff memorized as well. But Maharaj says, karam karo sansari. These are all sansari karams. These are not God's name. You haven't actually looked inside, you're just repeating. Pakhand, mail, nachu pai, antar mail, vikari. The filth, Maharaj is telling us, inside us, it is there, but it can't be washed away with pakhand. So much of our life, even myself, we can look at ourselves and look all day long, how much pakhand do we do, and we forget to say God's name. Maharaj is telling us, this is you're not gonna get clean this way. Antar mail, vikari, because it's inside. It's not in getting up in the morning, having a nice ishnan, or having chitte kapde on. That's not where the mail goes. The mail is inside. In bid dubi makuri pai, ude sirke pari. So this, we know makri is a spider. Maharaj says, look, this is how the spider got destroyed. Why? Because it fell into its own web. Imagine if the spider couldn't eat his way out of his own web, and he fell, he got trapped. Basically, Maharaj is telling us that we can be our own worst enemy. We can ruin our own life. This great life we've been given, we can ruin it because we get entrapped in this janjal. Maya is mohini, but who does it mohin? It's us. It's our mind which is enticed by Maya, and therefore we ruin our own life. So Guru Sahib is telling us here a very important teaching, that in life there is two options. We can follow our own mind, or we can follow Guru's mat. And if we follow Guru's mat and listen to Guru's teachings and follow what he's telling us, that way we can actually get ourselves out of this sansari trap. So although God has set this trap of Maya, God has also given a solution. As we will discuss today, Guru has come with a solution. This saach of Gurbani has been sent by Vaheguru as a gift to us, to take us out of this trap. Now Maharaj says, Durmat Kani Viguti Pai Uje Pai Khwai. So many, Maharaj says, are ruined in their old even-mindedness. Oh brother, the whole time Maharaj talks to us like a friend, like a brother, like an older brother, telling us, listen, your life could be ruined this way. So Maharaj says, so many people are also ruined. Don't think that you are going to escape. Many people have also thought they would escape, but they didn't escape. Duje Pai Khwai. They got stuck in duality. Bin Satguru naam na paiye pai, bin naave param na jai. Now Maharaj says, look, here's the problem. Without Guru, you can't find naam. Like we talked about a minute ago, Guru is being sent by Vaheguru, but also Guru has the power to give naam. We'll talk about this in a little while when we get to the topic about Guru. And Maharaj says, look, so you need, without Satguru you can't get naam, but without naam, we can't get doubt to go. What is this param? This is the param of duality, that there is something separate from us, which is basically homme. Homme is the deepest form of param, and then what is that? That we exist. What I'm saying is you don't even exist, but you think you exist, which is why you get trapped in all this maya. Satguru seve ta sukh paye pai, avan jaan rahai. If we serve that Guru of the truth, if we serve him, then we will find sukh, our true sukh, and then avan jaan rahai. Then our coming and going will stop. So we started off at the beginning to say that we fought. Guru says you come into this world, but this coming into this world itself was a problem. We shouldn't have come into this world. If we were lucky, we wouldn't have come in, we would have stayed up as a spirit. So what Maharaj is telling us in this is that the way to serve Guru is the way. So the next step we need to find out is how do we serve our Guru? Is serving Guru just washing dishes in the Gurdwara? Is serving Guru giving out prasad? Or is there something deeper? Because Gurbani would tell us that actually if doing Shabad Vichar and singing Kirtan is also serving Guru. Because this Bani is our Guru. If we're not singing and listening to this Guru, we're ignoring our Guru effectively. We've turned away from him and we decided we know what's best. So before Maharaj says all the time, Vidya Vichari Tapar Upakari. When we listen to the Vidya, Vichar the Vidya, i.e. contemplate the Vidya, then we can help other people. Because otherwise, we might do loads of seva, we might get hankar from it. We might get pride. We might think it's us. Maharaj says the best Vichar is Akhna Jor, Chupena Jor. If I have no Jor, is it me that's washing up? Or is it a blessing upon me that I'm being allowed to do seva? So Maharaj says next, saach, sehaj, gurte oopjai pai. Man nirmal, saach samai. True peace comes from Guru. Oh brother, friend of mine, true peace and true contentment. Sehaj is about highest level of spirituality where you've got equipoise. No up, no down. Peace. And that level only comes from Guru. And then how does this happen? Because man nirmal, saach samai. Because the mind becomes washed pure. With this Bani we get washed pure and then we are absorbed into that saach which is Vaheguru. Gur seve so bhuje pai, gur bin magna pai. When we serve our Guru, then we understand this. Maharaj says, but without the Guru you can't find this path. This mag means marg. Maharaj always, there's so many ways of saying one word in Gurbani, we have to look at the essence behind that word. So mag comes from marg. But without the Guru you won't find this road. And Maharaj says, Jis antar lob ke karam kamave pai, kood bol bik khai. Now Maharaj comes back to what can someone do with greed? And this comes back to the very first line of this Hukamnama, when Guru Sahib says ki aasaa mansaa. This greed is referring to desire. Desire. Every time we are stuck in wanting something, Maharaj says, what can you do when you are wanting something? You are still existing. I want this, I want that. It's all homing. The fact that we want something, when we come to Gurdwara, we matha take and we have a desire. We even do ardas for that desire. Maharaj is saying that desire is a problem. This is a very deep level that we need to ascend to release our desires and say, I don't care what happens next. Hukam Rajai Chalna. Live in the hukam. So then Guru Sahib says that by having this lobe inside us, lobe Maharaj describes a kutta, a dog of greed inside us, what happens to us? Kood bol bikhai. We speak lies and we eat poison because we want more. Maharaj says, now listen, here's the science of spirituality. Pandit dahi viloiye pai vicho nikle tat. If we have makhan, if we start with dahi and we churn it, from dahi yogurt, we're going to get butter. That's how butter is made, from yogurt. Maharaj says, but listen, jal mathiye jal dekhiye pai, eho jag eha vat. If you churn water, you will see only water. What does this mean to us? That actually, unless we start with the right mindset, no matter how much time we spend doing stuff, we're going to get nothing out of it. Because we're going to start with water. So if we start with desire, we're going to end up with only water. We're starting with the water of desire, it's not real. We're going to end up back to just water. We're not going to get anywhere, we're just desiring the right thing. We need to start with looking at wiping out desire. When we start with wiping out desire, then maybe we'll get somewhere. We'll get this butter, i.e. Vaheguru, which is inside us. Guru Sahib tells us that inside us there is this thing. We need to start by getting rid of our desire. And then Gur bin param viguchiye pai kat kat deo alakh. See what we said? Without the Guru, we are ruined. Which doubt is this? Which param is this? The param is that God is not inside me. We look for it everywhere else. We go to holy places. We go to holy people. We don't know if we sat in our own house, we just got up half an hour before we normally get up, in our own bed, and no one else is there, and we said WhyGuru, then we could find WhyGuru there and then in our own house. Har Mandir is inside us. We just read in Man mandar tan vees kalandar. Just in Shabazari now, that my mind is a mandir. So actually, this biggest step is to go inside our mind. Maharaj says that unseen divine Lord, Kata Kata Deo, that Deo, Mahadeo, the great soul, not Shiva, the great soul is inside us. Kata Kata Deo Alakh. And then Maharaj goes on to say, Eho Jag Tago Soot Ke Kopai Dehdis Bado Mai. This world is like a thread of cotton, and Maya has tied it on all 10 sides. So we're kind of, it's like a bandhan. This is what Maharaj is saying, is that you're trapped in this bandhan of Maya. Bin gur gaatna chutti pai, thake karam kamai. Maharaj says, without the Guru, these knots cannot be untied. We're stuck in this Maya Janjal. Sometimes Sikhi to the max isn't very helpful, because we can start thinking, you know, we don't know the thing behind the line translation. It's giving you a very literal translation. So that's why, like Paisab earlier was in Katha, you know, they're amazing at in Katha. This is why we need to do Katha and Vichar of Gurbani, because we can't just get it by learning the English Gurbani. Even when we have Sikhi to the max, so many people are listening to it and they're thinking, what does that mean? Yeah, so we need to look at it. Maharaj is telling us this world is like a thread of cotton. It's not a thread of cotton, it's a trap of cotton. It's all 10 sides, we are trapped. So it's like, if we're going to say cotton, we could say it's like you're trapped in this, you know, like a laser field. Wherever you go, alarm goes off, you're trapped back inside. Maharaj is telling us, without the Guru, you can't find the way out of this. Because we're going to go for karam. The world would tell us, do rituals. That's what's going to happen. This is about getting rid of rituals. But the world would tell us, go to Gurdwara and do part. But the part, you might not understand. Right? But they'll tell you, keep on doing it, keep on doing it. Nothing wrong with doing part, but we need to go back to the Atam Tat Vichar. Look at our side inside. This is the first step to do good vichar of what's inside us. And then Maharaj says, Kehna kachuna jai. With saying, nothing will happen. To find the Guru is the important thing. Then Maharaj says, look, Gur miliye pao man vasai, pai pa marna sach lek. When we meet Guru, what happens to us? Pao man vasai. People think Sikhi is not about fear. That's right, Sikhi is about being nirpao. But it's not nirpao of Vaheguru. We have to be scared of Vaheguru, but not scared of anything else in the world. Because Maharaj tells in Asa Divan, ki the people that have jinman pao, tinaman pao. Those that have fear, they have love. If we just think it's okay, doesn't matter what happens to us, doesn't matter what I do, I'll be forgiven, we've got no fear. No, it's not like that. We have to do the right thing as well, so we have to keep ourselves on the right path. This is going to be going on in a little while. Maharaj will talk about what we need to do, but fear is important here. Maharaj says, without the fear of God, you won't have anything. So we need to get fear of God, but from Guru. And then, marna sachalek, pa marna sachalek. When we die in this fear of God, that's an important thing. So today we talk about whether Sikhi is a form of living or a form of dying. When we die in this fear of God, basically it's giving ourselves to God. Die means to give yourself to Guru. Die means to give yourself to God. Then, this is our sachalek, our true destiny. On our matha is the destiny of a human being. That destiny is to achieve oneness with Vaheguru. But we can't do it by keeping on to our ego. We have to kill the ego. And this is the way to do it, by getting fear of God and giving up our ego. So Guru Sahib says on ki, Majjan daan changyaya pai dargah naam visek. In Vaheguru's dargah, naam is much better than all of this majjan daan. Washing yourself outside and giving people money and feeling good about it, that's not the way to get the right karam. The best thing is through naam. Then Gur Ankas Jin Naam Dridaya Pai Man Vasya Chuka Pek. If with the Guru's blessings we get the Ankas, you know the elephant has a mahout that sits on top of the elephant. And that mahout, he has a stick. This is what an Ankas is. And he pokes it, you know, in the back of the neck. He pokes it to say go left or right. So Guru Sahib is telling us that Guru is going to be our Ankas. We keep Guru on our head, and wherever we go, Guru Sahib pokes us to tell us right or wrong. And if you go into Sikhi and you start doing part every day, trust me, Gurbani will become your Ankas. You will know if I'm going the right way, you will get a bad feeling. You say, oh, I shouldn't do this. When you're doing the right thing, you'll have a good feeling. That's the inner compass. This ankus is like an inner compass which tells you go right or wrong. And also Guru's rehat, the maryada, happens to be the same thing. It tells you, no, you can't sleep with that girl just because you like her. Because you're not supposed to sleep with anybody until you get married. No, you can't drink that beer. You might want it, but it's not good for you. So Guru Sahib happens to be the ankus. When he is the ankus, then also Jina Naam Dridaya. Why is he so important? Because he gives us Naam. It comes back to Naam. He makes his Naam and he puts it inside us. Man Vasya Chuka Pek. When Vaheguru comes to sit inside us, then this Pek, Pek means outside form. This hypocrisy basically, it goes. Then Maharaj says, Eh tan heart saraf ko pai vakhar naam apar. This body, Maharaj tells us, is a jeweler's shop. What is the thing that's the big thing inside it? Even a jewelry shop will have jewelry inside it. So what's inside this shop? The biggest thing is, not like an iPhone has loads of apps inside it. You might say the iPhone, it's got this email app, WhatsApp, whatever else you use. Inside our body there's loads of things that we can do. What's the most important thing though? Is Maharaj tells us that this is Naam. Vakhar Naam Apar. It's incomparable. Apar means just amazing. You can't compare this Naam to anything else. So, Eho Vakhar Vapari Srod Dridai Pai Gur Sabad Kare Vichar. So this Vakhar, the thing is that not everybody gets this Vakhar. It's inside us, but we haven't grabbed hold of it. How do we grab hold of it? Maharaj tells us, if by doing Gur Shabad Vichar. This, we come back to what Guru is telling us. It's all about Guru's Bani. It's all about Guru's Bani. The whole of the world, actually the solution to the whole of Kaljug is singing Kirtan and Shabad Vichar. It may seem really confusing, why is Kirtan the solution to the whole world? But actually, as every social experiment in the world has found out, communism, lelo, whatever you want to do, what was the problem? Person's inside hadn't been changed. So they had all the best intentions to share everything, but it didn't work, because from inside, we'd not been changed. So Guru Shabad changes from the inside. We start off in the right way. As Guru Sahib has told us that if we start off with dahi, we'll get butter. If we start off by vicharing the Shabad of Gurbani, of Guru, who is the one who has been sent from Vaheguru, if we start from here, we'll get the right idea. If we start off by vicharing our own mind, what do we think? We'll never get anywhere. So we start with Gurbani vichar, and then the last tuk of this Shabad, Maharaj says, Tan vapari nanaka pai mel kare vapar. Blessed is the person who does this trade. Blessed is because why? Because mel kare vapar. He engages and he meets with the true vapari, i.e. Vaheguru. So Guru is also the trader. We are the person who's buying and selling, but also Guru is a trader. Maharaj says, Har ke naam ke vyapari. Hira haath chadivandir moluk chhut gayi sansari. That if we do this trade, and Maharaj tells us a lot about this trade. In fact, in the Japji Sahib Vichar we've done previously, one of the bodies is only about this trade, because Maharaj tells us Amol, Amolak hai. Amol gun, Amol vapar. Why is it Amol? Because we have nothing to give for it. All we have to do is take. We take. There's nothing to give for it. But we're taking from our Guru. But inside us, actually, is the merchandise we're seeking. By doing Naam Simran, by listening to the Guru's Shabad and vicharing it and trying to understand, we can go inside. And then we can start off on the right step and make this human life which has been given to us, which is incomparable, which is the biggest jewel we'll ever have, we can make it worthwhile. So, I'm sure I made loads of mistakes in that. Please forgive me for that. Do your own vichar. I'm not some gyani. Pai Sahib here, he's trained in so much Gurbani, he was doing Katha earlier. Those are the people that we need to listen to. But we can start here, we can learn Punjabi and go on to better people. So this is hopefully the progression. So, Punna Chuka Maaf Karni ji. Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki Fateh.